Howdy everyone, and welcome back to the Luna Geeks Out channel. We're back with some Lovebites, such a fun band, always a great time checking them out, with their track Dissonance today. Once again, Saturday No Music video on this one, much like whatever the other one we checked out a little while back was. I don't remember the song title, it's been a little while, but this one should be interesting looking through the lyrics. There seems to be an interesting story being told there, and I'm looking forward to discussing that with y'all in a moment. I'm very much looking forward to checking out the music, so without further ado, let's hop into it. Okay, interesting guitar here. That reminds me of something. Okay. Heavy riff. Almost like some death metal vibes here, like sort of that old school death metal kind of sound. Maybe a bit of a thrash sound as well. Feels like there's some slight distortion on the vocals. Not sure how I feel about it, I'll be honest. Interesting effect, though. Okay. It's chaotic. I'm kinda liking this. I'm kinda liking this. Definitely fits the song title. It's got that chaotic feel to it. I'm kind of liking it. More melodic here. That tune, there's something that's a similar tune to that, like a video game, I want to say. Another guitar solo. A bit more melodic here. Okay, okay. Okay, really cool into that one. Yeah, that was it was a weird song. What didn't quite do it for me. But at the same time, it worked, right? Like, something about just the chaos of it, and so, some of the more out there elements. This isn't one I'm going to revisit, I don't think. But it works. So yeah, a bit conflicted. Strange song, but it's a pretty cool one as well. But before I dive more into that, of course, we need to talk about the lyrics and talk about the meaning of this song. Starting off in verse 1, despair and rejection sitting silent by my side. So essentially those are the companions of the narrator of the song, right? They're constantly with them sitting silent by their side. They're just there. They're just a constant presence. Looking from the attic, all the foolish walking deads. So looking from the attic there, you have an idea of above her, but an idea of being separate from everyone as well. All the foolish walking deads. Likely saying that all the people walking by outside that they're seeing from their attic. Not only are foolish, but walking deads. They're perhaps an idea of being subhuman or something like that, but that doesn't quite feel right. The idea of being zombies, so on and so forth. There's different ideas, and I can't grab the words, unfortunately. There's a few different ideas wrapped up within that. This is a work of art no one else but I can make. Essentially, we're seeing that the narrator of the song has some sort of purpose that they see they have to do. I'm an outsider, so what we saw talking about with the attic idea, drowning in a feeling of this craze. So various mental issues that they're dealing with are overwhelming them, is what we're seeing there. Into the refrain, beating heart, twisted sight, running out of breath, dizziness, emptiness, vanishing afterglow. We get a bit of a further idea of that craze that was mentioned, all the stuff getting to them. And vanishing afterglow. The afterglow is, I had to look this up because it's a word I'm familiar with, but I didn't know the actual definition of it. It is essentially the light that remains once the sun has set. So you that light on the horizon, so that the last remnants of light, the last remnants of goodness and warmth, so on and so forth, fading away. Into verse 2, don't know about tomorrow, because tomorrow never knows about today. Nothing I remember, only 24 hours and reset. Perhaps a weird comparison, but reminds me a lot of the song Cycle by Aetherrealm. Just a never-ending cycle that keeps on going, keeps resetting, and it's the same thing over and over and over again. Pre-chorus, buzzing noise, cracking head, brain is melting down once again into that idea of the craze. I'm the one, chosen one. I'm the aristocrat, chosen one. I doubt I need to explain that too much. Aristocrat is essentially someone who is, above others in society. So ties back into the other side of what we were talking about with the ag, they're above everyone, and also a bit of that idea of the work of art that only they can create. They were chosen to complete this task. The chorus, a dissonance. So dissonance is music, a lack of harmony within music, so ideas of chaos and disjointedness, but everything coming together to create that. Something represented in the music. This was a very chaotic sounding track, and it's a very good representation of what we're seeing here. Welcome to my Eden. Eden, of course, the paradise at the beginning of creation in the Bible, and a somewhat common image, especially these days with the Sleep Token album that we recently looked through. A dissonance wanting the innocent blood, ties back into that idea of the foolish walking dead. So they're soon to be dead, but they're still out there. Come closer, so trying to draw, I suppose, their victim in. Verse 3. Same thing as verse 2, nothing new to say there. Pre-chorus, nothing new to say there. Chorus, nothing new to say there. So, what's this song about? My theory is that this is someone who is sort of your classic Halloween villain horror movie kind of thing, where they're watching everyone, and they're going crazy, and they're gonna go, and they're gonna start killing people or something, just right at the beginning of all of that. I don't really know, though. We have all these ideas that are set up, and there's just not quite enough in these lyrics, not quite enough there to fully piece together the story. But we get sort of the foundation for those ideas. So that is what I think is going on, is someone who has basically lost it and thinks that they have a calling, essentially. It's their sort of duty, their job, their position, if you will, to go out and do all this, to draw these people in, the work of art. Maybe it's something crazy and they're, using the bodies to create something. I don't know. There really isn't quite enough there to grab it. But we get that foundation for stuff. All in all, cool, kind of spooky lyrics. It's aggressive, and sometimes that song you need just something aggressive to get into. And it works. It works. I wish there was a bit more going on. Maybe verse 3 tells a bit more of the story. Maybe we have a bridge in there that tells a bit more, something like that. But we get that basis, so what, let's the imagination run wild. You can create your own story here, so I don't hate it. I just wish it was a little bit more, for sure. Shifting into talking about the music, again, aggressive song, and it kind of works for me. It kind of works for me. To go into individual elements, first, starting off with the vocals, I found those to be the weakest element here. There's a distortion on them that just didn't quite work for me. Like, again, it tied to that idea of dissonance, but the distortion, the effect there was on the vocals just didn't quite work for me. I mentioned how the song had a bit of like a old school death metal and like a hint of maybe a thrash metal kind of sound. So some harsh vocals, well, I don't know if the vocalist is able to do those or not. It's definitely something that takes work. I don't know if it's a skill she's learned yet. That would have been so cool to hear in this track and would have really worked. Because it's such an aggressive track. What we got, it was these aggressive, harsh vocals that wasn't harsh vocals, And so what we got was just, it didn't quite do it for me. I think if this had been more of just their classic vocal style, I'd have liked it a bit more. And if it had gone really out there with the harsh vocals, I'd have absolutely loved it. What we got here was just a weird middle ground that I didn't quite click with me, unfortunately. But interesting vocals, it fit the music, so I can't hate on them by any means. It just, they weren't for me, I guess would be the way to put it. The guitar, that was the best part of the song for me. Guitar was incredible. That was, in great riffing. Like I said, had that old school death metal sound. It was heavy. It was aggressive. I got into the guitar. Guitar solos were really cool. We had that one that was very chaotic, just kind of going around and doing so much different stuff. And then the second one was more melodic. I don't know which guitarist was doing which. I'm not too familiar with their different styles, but guitar, super cool in this track. Bass, I did not notice at all, so I cannot speak on that by any means, unfortunately. Drums were solid. Not my favorite drums I've heard from them, but they were good. Just again, fit the style of the music. Not a lot to say on them, but I liked the drums. They were fine. All in all, this was a decent song. It fit that idea of dissonance. It was chaotic, it was harsh, it was heavy, it was all over the place, and it came together and actually worked out really well. It's a fine line to walk, a thin line to walk with that kind of thing, where you can be chaotic, but it takes work to not just have it be, this is just annoying, we're doing this now, no, come on, yeah, I was liking that, but no, this was a tight production here. Everything came together. It was really cool. Loved the energy of this. It was a fun song. It's you can headbang along to it, you can get into it. The guitar caught me off guard so many times, just shifting around and doing stuff that's like, that's really cool right there. The vocals, again, were actually some interesting vocals, even if they weren't quite for me. All in all, interesting song, one that I really got into. I had a blast checking out. One that I think listening to it on the album is going to be super fun. But it's just not one I'm going to revisit on my own very much. I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to throw this one into my music mix. I'll see what happens in the editing process. Maybe it'll click. But this is one I don't have much of an interest in going back to. This initial listen was cool, it had a lot of great stuff, but this was one of those rare songs that just wasn't quite for me. So yeah, one of their weaker songs. I would say I liked it a bit more than that live version of Thunder Vengeance we checked out a while back, because I think this was just a bit more of an interesting song. Like Thunder Vengeance, you know, it was thrash metal, that was cool. I just didn't like it all that much. This one was just an interesting song, and I love stuff that just is weird and catches me off guard. It makes me think about the music a bit more. So yeah, lot of stuff to like about this one. It just sadly wasn't quite for me. But I am out of things to say on the song, so y'all know the drill. It's time to figure out what we'll be checking out next time. So let's give the picker wheel a spin and see what we get. Not the best transition out of that, but it is what it is. Is that SMU? That is Shihatsu Machu Underground, I think the group is. I might be wrong on that name. It's an alt-idol group, sort of. I don't know what genre I'd describe them as. It's like there's a little bit of punk in there. It's one of the rock alt-idol groups. I don't know what specific like subgenre they'd fall into. They've got a few different elements they bring in. They've got a super cool sound. They put out a music video a couple months ago, so I threw it on the list. Looking forward to checking this one out. This is I think may not be the most interesting song, but I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be high quality. I've really enjoyed the stuff I've heard from them. So yeah. SMU next time. That is going to be quite nice. That's going to be quite nice. But I am out of things to say, so that is going to do it for the video. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below with your own thoughts on the track, any feedback or criticism, or anything you want me to react to. I forgot what I was saying there for a second. In the description, link to the track so you can check it out, support the artist. Link to my Love Bites reactions playlist, my rock and metal reactions playlist, and my Japanese music reactions playlist, so you can check out some similar content from me, and then links to my Discord server, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify playlist of all the songs I've reacted to, at least the ones up on Spotify, and my link tree, which has all my other stuff in it, in case any of that interests y'all. Anyways, like I said, that's going to do it. So once again, thank y'all for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing ya.